9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the Step Up Conference. Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022 gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career.
Would you like to level up in 2022, aka bam bam and chill with the big boys? Wow, your response was so loud!
It's the beginning of a new year, and so many people are actually looking for how to crush their goals, their financial goals, their life goals, their business goals, their career goals.
What will it mean for you if you have more customers and you make more money in your business? You have more revenue. Would that mean that your business will step up?
Of all the lasting changes the coronavirus pandemic brought to the world, a new way of working will arguably have the most significant impact.
Technology and the internet has definitely changed the way we do business. But as much as things change, there are things that can never change, like principles.
Yet, even as the world returns to a new version of normal and embraces hybrid working, that's a mix of at home and in-office working, we will see the same pattern repeat itself.
I invite you to the Step Up Conference 2022.
Starting from the January 28th to the 30th of January 2022.
The good news is that at the Step Up Conference, career coaches and experts will share insights on productivity enhancing strategies and how to develop the requisite agility to thrive in this new world of work.
In my session, I'm going to be sharing with you the 10 principles that as an entrepreneur you can use to grow your business, build brand visibility, and of course, make more money in 2022.
Specifically, I'm going to be speaking about business. How do you penetrate your market without permission? So I'm going to talk about three things in particular. We're going to be discussing around three pillars, right? People, product, and business strategy.
You don't have to go this journey alone. Go with people that know the way. Go with people that understand the strategies that can help you.
And will help you level up across your career, finances, business, and life in general. At the end of this conference and in my session, you will leave with an informed mindset, an awakened potential, but more importantly, the confidence to step up. Make it a date with us for the Step Up Conference. See you at the top!
Step Up Conference 2022. Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022 gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. My name is Emeka Ebeniro. You could call me Fire Emeka. I'm a personal branding and transformation specialist, and today I'll be the anchor for day one of the Step Up Conference. Now, talking about the Step Up Conference, this is an initiative of the Jimmy Tewe Public Speaking Mentoring Masterclass. Over 7 months ago, there was a clarion call to call on the next voices, those that would take over the baton from those that we already know. This clarion call had so many people, and like the popular saying goes, so many were called, but only few were chosen. Out of the very few chosen, today these speakers, experts, coaches, and leaders have come together to speak to you, to share with you insight and strategies at the Step Up Conference. This is not any other type of conference. Neither is it a gathering of motivational speakers. No, this is a gathering where you would get insight, get instructions to step up and level up in 2022. I hope you're excited, because I am excited. I am ready to step up in 2022. Without further ado, we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, I'll be bringing to you our very first speaker, our keynote speaker, who will be opening the conference, the 2022 edition of the Step Up Conference, and you'll be learning a lot. We'll be back after this short break. Get ready to
to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022 gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career. Mo Oladapo. Mo Oladapo, also known as the top performer, is a certified life coach, management trainer, brand strategist, and motivational speaker, known for his ability to help people unleash their potentials to be more, do more, and have more. He is a recipient of the Prominent Award for Excellence and Impact in Public Speaking by 0 to ACE and recognized as one of the 100 Emerging African Leaders by AELA in 2018. Mo will be speaking at the Step Up Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mo Oladapo.
What an honor it is. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? And welcome to day one of the Step Up Conference. I'm excited. I'm super stoked. I am pumped up and ready. If you are ready, just let me see you on the comment. Say, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on. Let me hear your comment. Let me see your comment. Just say, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Right, guys? Come on, come on. Let the fire start. Let the fire start. Yay. I see your comments. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is M.O. Oladapo, a life coach, corporate trainer, brand strategist, and a motivational speaker. And I am grateful to be part of the Step Up Conference. I want to say big thank you to my mentor, Jimmy Tewe, for this unique platform and this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to share my message with the world. And I'm also grateful for the brilliant minds I have been able to work with in the past 6 months. You guys are amazing. All the speakers and panelists that will be speaking at the conference over the next 3 days. It will be mind-shifting. I tell you, it will be mind-shifting. So what I want you to do is to share the link. Please share the link. Share the link and invite people. Okoyemi Adele say, I'm meeting you for the first time. Hey, I'm meeting you also for the first time. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. All right. And I hope that in the next 25 minutes thereabout, in the session, you will really learn something. So if you have your pens, bring it out. If you have your notepads, bring them out. If you want to use your phone, because I'm going to be sharing so much on business. What I want to share with you this evening is 10 entrepreneurial principles for life and business success. And these principles cut across every area, and everyone who's an entrepreneur, who's a business person. You need to understand that in order for you to step up, you need to be able to apply these principles to your business and to your life in general. Okay, so I'm not going to waste time. In 30 minutes, I'm going to give you sharp, sharp, sharp. Are we ready? Where's your pen? Where's your note? Let's get into what we have tonight. So I'm going to be sharing from the popular story in the Bible. Pardon me if I'm going to use the Bible for a popular story, but this story encapsulates some very interesting yet powerful business strategies that I see are very important for business owners and entrepreneurs in order to step up in 2022. What are these strategies? What are these principles? Now let's find out. Now, if you remember the story of Jacob and Esau, you will understand that they were twins, right? They were twins, two brothers. This tells you that as twins, they were going to compete for a whole lot of things. They were going to compete for their time. They were going to compete for resources. They were going to compete for attention. They were going to compete for the love of their parents, especially their father, if you read the story very well. And that got me thinking that for you to be able to succeed as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, you must have a good understanding of competition. The reality of competition is something you should never take for granted. There's always competition everywhere you go. There is somebody out there who is as talented as you are, as gifted as you are, right? As eloquent as you are, looks as good as you are, maybe even better. Are you following? Who have the same skill set, probably not in your country, maybe in another part of the world, but there is someone who is our twin somewhere out there. And one of the mistakes we make as business owners and entrepreneurs is that we don't take into consideration that we are not alone on this journey. You are not the only one who has conceived that business idea. You are not the only one who has thought about that fantastic business services. In fact, one of the things I tell my clients when they come for consultation is that I ask them to go on Google and search. To their amazement, there is somebody out there who is already doing exactly what they want to do. In fact, to be detailed about it, some of their competition already have hijacked the same name. Have you ever been in that situation where you thought that the idea you had was so unique? It was like, nobody had that idea. To your amazement, someone has that idea. Someone has the same replica business model, same strategy, and all of a sudden, the confidence you had that you came into 2022 with, all of a sudden depleted. Why? Because you found out that you had a twin out there, and that's the reality. So all of us have a twin. All of us have people. If you're a coach, there are other coaches out there who is also competing for the same resources, attention of clients, and market share. If you are selling, you have other business owners who are trying to outsell more than you are doing and trying to get as much customers as you are. So you will find out that competition becomes the motivation for stepping up. Are you following what I'm saying? Competition becomes the motivation for stepping up. Now, most businesses don't improve because of their customers' desires. Let's write that down. Most business will improve because of the fear that their customers may go to where they can get it at a much higher quality, at much affordable price. And because of this, we are forced and compelled to level up. We are forced and compelled to step up. Why? Because somebody else will give or will pay attention to your target audience in a much more professional manner with quality service and probably with the best affordable price. How does that affect you as a business owner? How does that affect you as an entrepreneur? An understanding of competition should guide you. It should be your motivation. And this is where stepping up starts. A genuine dissatisfaction of your current level. A genuine dissatisfaction of your previous success, current success, or your present limitations. Are you writing this down? A lot of people are not stepping up because they are not provoked by other people who are doing exactly or even better than they are doing. If you remember the story in the Bible of Anna and Peninnah, Anna was married to Elkanah. It's a Bible story. A lot of believers know that story. And her husband's other wife had a lot of children, but she didn't have any child. And this woman who had a lot of children will come and provoke this other woman and taunt her every day. What did it do to her? It provoked her to go back to God in prayer. What insight can you get from that as a business owner? When you see other people's success and their level of achievement, it should provoke you to step up. A lot of us, you are comfortable in your comfort zone because none of the people in your network are stepping up. And this is one of the problems why people are mediocres. Key players in their network are also mediocres. They are not doing anything new. They are not striving to do anything new. They are not stretching themselves. And this is a problem. So the first thing that you must understand is that there is competition. And you must be able to level up, at least to meet competition and outsmart competition. Are you following what I'm saying? You learn more from competition than you learn from your customers. How did major social media networks improve their functionalities and their offerings? by learning from their competition, by learning from their competition's previous innovations. And what did they do? They creatively remodeled and created something new. Are you following what I'm saying? Now, here is a statement I want you to write down if you're taking notes. You can't step up without knowing who is at the top. Write that down. I didn't come to play with you tonight. I didn't come to play with you. I came to tell you something that will provoke you. You cannot step up without knowing who is at the top. A lot of you want to springboard yourself to the top without knowing the key players at the top. If I ask you this simple question, the level to which you want to get to, do you know 5 people who are playing at that level? Can you mention them? Do you know what they do? Do you know their strategies? So you must understand that for you to step up, you need an awareness of who is your competition. You need an awareness of who is in your space and what they are doing. Number 2 principle. Let's go. Quick. Number 2. You cannot step up in business without developing a business skill. Write that down. You cannot step up in business without developing a business skill. Listen, there are 3 types of skill. Are you following? There are 3 types of skill. Number 1, we call it life skill. A lot of you are using life skill for your business, and that's why business is not moving. And that's why your entrepreneurial journey or your enterprise is not growing. Why? Because you are using life skill. What is life skill? Your ability to rapport with one another. It is a good thing. But listen, have you ever noticed that nice people never usually make good business people? Nice people never really make good business people. You are nice, no wonder you are selling on credit. You are nice, no wonder you are not positioning well. You are nice, no wonder you are not understanding that there's competition and you must level up. That's a life skill. It comes in at some point, but the key is a business skill. The next skill that a lot of us are using for business, which is not business skill, is what I call survival skill. This is a skill that enables you to stay afloat in the time of danger. So back to the story, Jacob and Esau. Esau had what I call survival skill. He was able to go to the bush, kill, and bring back the meat. That was a survival skill, but was not a business skill. Esau was not a good businessman. Jacob, on the other hand, though he was at home, Jacob understood business. Jacob understood how to market. Jacob understood how to do a whole lot of things. So business skill is not life skill. It's not survival skill. What is a business skill? I want you to write this down. A business skill is the ability to identify profitable opportunities and provide the required response on time. You didn't get that. You didn't get it. I want you to write this down quickly. A business skill is the ability to identify profitable opportunities and provide the required response on time. There are so many things I've mentioned there that I want you to take notice of. A business skill is the ability to identify profitable opportunities, not just any kind of opportunity. A businessman will always ask, what is in it for me? What is in it? What will I gain from this opportunity? A lot of us are running after opportunities, but hey, they are not profitable opportunities. In 2022, one of your goals is that any opportunity that I must pursue, that I must maximize, must be profitable. Enough of being around activities and doing activities that will not push you forward financially, push you forward in your network, push you forward in your career. So that somebody has a good idea and he wants to partner with you and he wants to involve you. You must not always accept every idea. You must be able to, as a business person and as an entrepreneur, ask yourself, is this a profitable opportunity? Now, number 2 thing I want to bring up from that point is that you must be able to identify profitable opportunities and provide required response on time. Now, here's the problem. While some people are identifying opportunities, they lack the ability of time management. They lack the ability of time. You can't do things on time. In 2022, one of the things you must develop is the ability to use time wisely. the ability to create in less time. That's why you have features, functionalities, social media, the internet, applications to help you cut time. You don't have to have a good bit. There are opportunities right now on the internet. A lot of people are not cashing in profitable opportunities. You are wasting time. So you must have that at the back of your mind, that your business skill must help you identify profitable opportunities and for you to be able to respond at the required time. One business skill that I can also mention in this is your ability to negotiate. In 2022, you must be able to negotiate. I was listening to a video of one of the rappers in the US, and he said this. I think it was Fat Joe. He said, yesterday's price is not today's price. Come on, did you hear what I said? Yesterday's price is not today's price. That means you must be able to negotiate your pay in 2022, that it is in your best interest and it favors you. Enough of collecting money or being paid less of what you desire just because you didn't know how to negotiate. It's a gross lack of business acumen. It's a gross lack of entrepreneurial deposits. Another business acumen that you must understand is your ability to study the market. Now, a good businessman understands that a market is a what, a who, a when before a where. Can I say this again? I don't know if you're writing this down. A good businessman understands that a market is a what, a who, a when, and a where before a where. That means in our time, you must not have an office for you to make money. Renting office space in our present time is a waste of money, except you're expanding at some level. The first market you must understand is a what. What is a market? There are certain opportunities now that are what. If you can identify what is the things your customers are desiring to have, you have decided the what. And then you ask, who are the people that want this what? And when do they want it before a where? So that means at this point in time, you can do business anywhere. You can make money anywhere. Are you following? Number 3 business principle. You must learn how to create a solution that are people-centered. Write that down. In our days, in our entrepreneurial journey, enough of creating solutions that are only a reflection of your desires. You must create a solution that meets the desires of the people. Look at Jacob and Esau. The food that Jacob cooked for Esau probably was not Jacob's best food, but he realized that it was Esau's best food. Have you asked yourself, what are the things my customers and my target audience want in this industry, in this market, and begin to look for how you can provide that solution? If you're going to step up, it's going to be about your target audience and less about you. Listen, your solution may be valid, but not relevant to your target audience. Your solutions may be valid. So a lot of us have good business ideas, good services, good branding, good positioning. It's valid. When people look at it, it's a solution. But here is the thing. It's not relevant to the people that you are trying to target. And your relevance can be determined by the demography of the people you are targeting. A lot of the things you are offering to the people are not relevant to them, either because their demography does not fit that description. For example, if you have a premium product and you are trying to sell to people who are mid-level income earners or low-level income earners, you will struggle to get them to understand the value and part way with their money. Because though your solution is valid, it's not relevant to them. It can also not be relevant to them because of their culture or their value system. So in 2022, stop trying to convince people who don't share the same value with you. Stop trying to get people to buy into your services that don't share the same value system as you do, or don't see it the way you see it. Relevancy can also be determined by desires. Do you know that there are people living in Nigeria but are living and enjoying as though they were living in the Western world? Because these people have a certain desire. Though they're living in a third world country, they desire the services and the lifestyle of a first world country. So that means if you provide a solution and services that meets the desires of the people who want to live like they live in the US or in the UK, you will struggle less in convincing them to pay a certain amount of money than trying to convince somebody who lives in one of the slums in Lagos. Their buying powers are different. Their system, their value system are different. Are you following what I'm saying? Are you following what I'm saying? Principle number 4, let's go quickly. You must be able to market your product. I've never seen a good businessman, a good entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur that is tired of marketing. A lot of us, our marketing has gone obsolete. You need to be able to market. You can't sell what is hidden. I want you to write that down. You cannot sell what is hidden. You have to bring it out. In 2022, you got to bring out your business ideas. Bring out your brand. Let the world know what you can do. Let the world read your book. Let the world read your post. Let the world see what you can do. Don't be intimidated by people who are already successful. I see a lot of you. You are intimidated by people who have gone ahead of you. And because of that, you are not able to market because you are shy. You're embarrassed at the level at which you are. You cannot make success that way. Jacob openly was cooking his pot of food while Esau was coming. In other words, he made it a public marketing strategy. What are the things you have decided to go public on this year? You must go public about it. Some of you are so hidden. Nobody knows your name. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows what you do. If we read your profile on social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, we can't identify your niche. We can't identify what unique services you render. We can't identify your unique strength and skill. It's hard for people to recommend you. It's hard for people to refer you. It's hard for people to invite you because you're not showing what you are doing. A lot of you do great works and you seek to be known, but you don't put it on your social media. You don't put it on your Instagram. It's still on your phone. The picture you took when you went to speak at that event is still on your phone as I speak to you right now. Some of you are watching me. It's still on your gallery. You have not posted that picture. And that is the picture someone will see and will be convinced of your expertise. Are you following what I'm saying? I don't know why you are keeping that picture. I don't know why you are keeping that picture. Why you ask your neighbor, why are you keeping that picture? In fact, ask yourself, why am I keeping that picture? If you want to be known, show yourself. You have to market. You have to go all out in what? Marketing. And in marketing, let me show you how to market. Principle number 5. Always use a marketing strategy. Let me show you a marketing strategy that will work for a lot of you entrepreneurs and business owners. I want you to write this down. Now, people don't just buy until these 3 steps are in place. Number 1, people don't buy until you bait them. You bait them. Use a bait. What is a bait? As a business owner, you must understand the strongest baits you can ever use to get people to buy into your business and your services is by using the fantasies of your customers. Write that down. What are the things your customers are fantasizing about? The lifestyle they are fantasizing about, the money they are fantasizing. You must play into the fantasy of your customers. Unless you do that, they will not come. Number 2, you must trap them. Someone said trap them. Write that down. Trap them. Right? How do you trap them? You trap them with facts. So after you bait them with their fantasies, you trap them with facts. When people come into your space, give them some facts that capture their attention. The truth. You must tell them the truth. This is, because, the Bible said the truth shall set them free. They want a liberating truth that will set them free. What are the things you are telling people that will set them free? And number 3, you must hook them. How do you hook them? You hook them that by giving them a future. When people are convinced that they have a future in your product and your services, they are hooked for you for life. So how do I do it? You bait people with fantasies, you trap them with facts, and you hook them with future. Can I say this again? Bait your customers with what? Fantasies. What are the things they fantasize about? What are the things they desire every night and day? Number 2, trap them with what? Facts. And number 3, hook them with future. That means propose a future that they can see and they can buy into. And that is why a lot of people will never leave Apple. A lot of people will never leave Apple. Why? Apple has bought a future, has created a future where they have bought into, and now they are Apple users for life. Are you following what I'm saying? Principle number 6, very quickly, I have 4 more principles and I'm amending now. Always make sure you are selling to a hungry market. I hear Steve Harris say this all the time. People didn't buy from you in 2022. People didn't buy from you in 2021. Why? You are selling to the wrong people. You are selling to the wrong people. Now, people's needs are driven by 3 very powerful factors. And I want you to write this down. 3 very powerful factors. Number 1, they are driven by urgency. When people cannot see, that your product is urgent for them, they will find it very difficult to pay for that service. When you don't create an environment or a mindset of urgency, people find it difficult to pay or to buy into something. Number 2, when people don't believe that your product and service are scarce, they will not buy from you. However, when they also see that what they really want is scarce and you are the only one that can provide it, you are able to get them to buy from you. And you can do this by creating a scarcity mentality in the minds of your people. In other words, letting them know that you are the only one in your space or in your environment or in your industry that can give them this kind of value. If they know that every other Tom, Dick, and Harry can give them that value, they have no need of sticking with you. So your customers' needs are driven by urgency, by scarcity, and the last one, they are driven by what I call exclusivity. There are people who don't want to buy into products and services that everybody is using. Take, for instance, the Rolls-Royce cars. They use the strategy of exclusivity to get people who have the buying power to buy from them. So you need to ask yourself, how do I want to get my customers? Do I want to get them using the urgency, using scarcity, or using exclusivity? This is what I will encourage you to do. Always ensure that in your products, segment your product to be able to attract these different categories of customers. Customers who will buy based on the fact that it's urgent, customers who will buy based on the fact that things are scarce, and customers who will buy based on the fact that it is exclusive. In other words, it gives them the power to belong to a certain social class. It boosts their ego. You have to look for a part of your product that you can remodel and sell as an exclusive product. Business lesson number 7, the same principle. Always make your product available at the time of need. Let me say that very quickly. A lot of people are not always available when the need arises. Now, you will ask me, what do you mean by always available? I mean, I have my social media, I have my email. Hello. There are 2 kinds of availability. There is what I call active and passive availability. Now, being available is not just being physically present. Being available is being physically present to function or deliver to satisfaction. Can I say this again? Physically present is being physically present to function or deliver to satisfaction. So let me give you an instance. If a client walks into your office, though you guys are poised and prepared to deliver products and services, but however, you are not in the right frame of mind at that particular time, do you know that that will affect your performance and your delivery? Do you know that you will not be able to meet them and satisfy them at their own level? Yes, you were physically present, but you were not physically present to deliver at an optimal level. Some of us, we need to be available in this level. So if I'm talking to you, better write this down. If I ask you, are you available this year? You will tell me yes. But then let me ask you a question. Do you have your international passport ready? If you have it, just say, I have it ready. Just say, I have it ready. So if a client wants you to come to Dubai, to the US, to the USA right now, are you available to travel? If you don't, then your answer is no. You are not available. You are physically present, but you are not present to deliver. Number two, if a client says, I need a proposal tonight, do you have a sample proposal that you can edit and remodel and send this night? Or it will take you 1 week to craft a proposal. For some people, they don't have a proposal ready. And they say they are entrepreneurs and they're businessmen, but they don't have a sample proposal that is good to go when the opportunity arises. Some of you, if I ask you now, show me your business card. You have not done a business card for the past 3 years, and you tell me you are available. Excuse me, sir, you are not available. I'm sorry. You are not available. Where's your business card? You come into a conference, a meeting to network, and you have nothing to exchange. You are not available. You cannot be telling me, give me your number, and you are pressing phone. 2022, in order to step up, you have got to be available in these areas. Okay, let me ask you, how many of you have written your book? How many of you have your book written now that if they invite you for a conference, you can display your books, either e-copy or physical copy? Have you written your book? No. Why? You are not available. Okay, let me ask another question. How many of you watching me now have a working website that if an organization wants to find out more from you, they can quickly go to your website and check your website? Do you have a website? No. Okay. How about people who say, I want to pay you in dollars and pounds? Do you have a domiciliary account? Can I ask you, do you have a domiciliary account? Answer me. Answer me. Do you have a domiciliary account? Is the answer no? No. Okay. Let me easy for you now. How many of you have your businesses registered with the CAC? Put your hand up. You have it registered? Being available is more than being physically present. It also means being physically present to deliver to satisfaction. Come on. Principle number 8. Principle number 8. Let's go. Price your product according to value, not according to cost of production. Let's go. What did Esau and Jacob do? What did Jacob offer Esau? Jacob said, listen, for you to eat my pot of food, my pot of porridge, what do you have to do? Give me your birthright. The birthright was so much more price than how much it cost to make that pot of porridge. A lot of us are putting the price on our services, on our value, based on how much it takes time to prepare. No. Price it based on the value to which the value to which it will produce in the life of the person. Now, the person may not have value for it now, but you are pricing the product based on the production of the value on the life of this person. In other words, if I said, I want to buy this glass of water, watch this now, and I say, oh, is it not just a glass of water? I say, yes, it's a glass of water, but when you drink it, you will not be thirsty for the next 2 days. You see, that next 2 days is the production of the value. So I base my pricing on the production of the value, not on the cost of production or the quantity. Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me now? The price you charge is a reflection of the confidence in the value you offer. Anything you are pricing now, the price that you put on your products or services is a reflection on the confidence you have that thing can produce. So in 2022, step up your price, step up your speaker's fee, step up your business fee, step up your product fee, because you have confidence that the value can produce to satisfaction. Principle number 9. Let's go. Two more. Let's go. Yes.
Awesome.
Two more. Always get your consumers to commit very quickly. I need business owners to know this. So Jacob and Esau, as they were talking, Esau said, how can I give you my birthright? Jacob said, you must give me my birthright. So Esau said, okay, I will give you later. Jacob said, no. Okay, what you can do is swear to me that you have given it to me. Are you getting the insight there? That means I will not let you go until you commit something. Listen, in 2022, get your target audience to commit to your brand. Don't let people walk up and down and be doing window shopping on your brand. this year. They want to test you. And let us see how it goes. Nobody should come and tell me, let's see how it goes. This year is not for see how it goes. Commit something to the brand. Don't see how it goes. And the last one, quickly, make your customers feel like the winner in every business transaction. Every entrepreneur knows that the reason why your customers will come back all the time is because they believe that they won in that transaction. Look at what the story said. And Esau despised his birthright. What does that mean? Esau looked at the porridge and looked at his birthright and considered all the things Jacob has said about the porridge, that the porridge is delicious, is sweet. And he said, this birthright, I beg, you can take it. In other words, you must make your customers feel that they won in the transaction, they won in the bargain. Every time you make them feel like that, you always have a repeat of customers. And that's how you succeed as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. That's my time.
Okay, please let us see those claps. Let us see those love emojis, guys. Thank you, Mo Oladapo, guys. I hope you got something, because this was a truckload of value. Mo brought his A game, giving us the 10 principles we need to follow in 2022. If you're an entrepreneur, and even if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're someone that is in the career space, you know that these values, these principles also apply. One thing that I caught, like I always share, some things are taught and some things are caught. One thing that I caught today is you cannot sell what is hidden. Oh, that one touched me. It really, you cannot sell what, like I always say, it is not how much you show. So you need to show people what you know by sharing your value and your promise. So guys, we are going on a short break. Thank you so much, Mo. When we come back, we'll be taking questions and answers. We'll be back after this break.
Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022 gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career.
And we are back. If you're just joining us, then you've not really missed a lot, but you have missed the very first session. And it was Mo Oladapo sharing with us principles that you need to follow that will help you step up in 2022 as an entrepreneur. Like Mo is a certified life coach and business consultant, and is also a motivational speaker. Mo took us through the journey of the Bible using Jacob and Esau as his case study, and he used that story really well to share with us principles that we need to follow. One of them, like I said earlier, is you cannot sell what is hidden. So in other words, you need to let people know what you do for a living. You need to post that picture on social media. You need to promote that business, that brand. Even you as a career person at the office, do we really know all the skill sets you have? Or are you someone that you always talk in the backside and you never really come to the front during the meetings and when they need ideas at the office? If you want to step up in 2022, then you need to change your strategy. And Mo has shared some of those strategies with us. So at this point, we're going into the question and answer, and we'll be asking Mo some of the things that that's been bothering us. And for some of us that don't have passports, that don't have this thing, that don't have that thing, Mo, like those that don't have passports, that don't have all those things, that don't have registered business, Mo, please, you have broken some tables here. Help there, Mo, please, take it easy. We're looking at the comments now. There's so many people out there that wondering like, whoa, Mo, man, Mo, you came for me today. Why? But before we go into the questions, Mo, we have some love emojis. We have some fire for you. We have claps for you. People really loved your session. Thank you so much, Mo, for bringing the fire. We have it from Thompson. He says, awesome. We also have it here. It says, grateful, great and impactful, especially using the Jacob and Esau analysis for better explanation. Amazing, Mo. That was really fantastic. We appreciate how you brought to that story into everyday life. What really affects us. Really, thank you so much, Mo, for that. Okay, yes, I think we have a question here. Mary says, price your product according to value, not according to the cost. Yes, Mo, I think you were rushing that part, but just briefly, can you share a little bit more about that? About pricing, because people are thinking like, okay, you know what? I bought this product 5 naira. I did transport and some other things. If I add another like 3 naira to it, I can sell it maybe like 10 naira or 15 naira or something. But Mo is telling you no, price it according to value. Mo, what does that mean? Can you please explain to us a little bit further?
All right. So basically, a lot of us, what has truly hindered us from putting the price or the price tag that truly depicts our value is because we are looking at the current value of the people who desire it. And what you should be looking at is the value of production that value will bring into the life of that person. So what do I mean? It's in this simple statement. If you think education is too expensive, try ignorance. What does that statement mean? It means if you think education is nothing, then try ignorance. But if you think it's something, no matter how much you spend on education, it will be multiplied by the opportunities that you will get in life. So education now becomes the value and has the potential to produce much more than the current value that you saw it at the beginning. So put your pricing on the production of the value and not just on the cost of production. In other words, I could tell you that if you go into this business and you invest this certain money into this business, in 10 years time, this is what you're going to be getting. So I'm charging you based on what it will produce in 10 years time, not what it's costing you right now. If you always do that, you'll find out that people will always pay you peanuts and they will reap the full benefit. And this is something I want to use as an example. I know it's not fair, but I know that people have been asking themselves this question. Have you ever wondered why is it that the teachers who teach the students in school don't become as successful as the student they taught in school? Tell me. Why? Because the value of education they gave the student has the potential to produce much more than even the school fees that student paid. So most of the time you're asking yourself, why are teachers not as successful, prosperous as the students? Because they're giving them a value that has the power to multiply itself. So when schools charge you 500,000 per term or 1 million per term, like we have some schools, they understand that money is chinking change compared to the opportunity that child will be privy to by virtue of that education. And so when you see coaches and programs charging a whole lot more, and then you are saying, it's too expensive now. No, you are basing the value based on cost. You are not basing the value based on production. And so that is the simple business acumen entrepreneurs need to have in 2022. Make sure that you price based on the value of its production and not just on its cost.
Amazing, Mo. Once again, thank you so much. You have really poured it out. This is so much value. I love the way you talked about teachers and why they charge so much. Now, something that I've realized in my life, or should I say in my past life, was a lot of us do not have what I call a personal development budget. So we have budget for clothes, we have budget for so many things. But when it comes to investing in ourselves, investing in our business, investing in our minds, because we are product of our mindset, we do not have that. So why do we expect that we grow? You can't blame who you did not train. I repeat, you cannot blame who do you not train. If you have not taught yourself, but trained yourself to develop, perform better, to have better money management, to have better relationships, and to be a better entrepreneur or even a career person, then you cannot blame yourself. But
you can.
One thing I need to say is you are in the right place. That is why you are the Step Up Conference. Conference 2022. Once again,
Absolutely.
Mo, thank you, Mo. We really do appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge.
Honored.
Thank you for pouring it out. You didn't leave anything behind. Thank you for your strategies. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mo. So, guys, yes, you are still watching the Step Up Conference 2022. I remain your host, Emeka Ebeniro. You can call me Fire Emeka. And before I forget, yes, you can follow Mo on all his social media platforms at Mo Oladapo. That is Mo Oladapo. Yes, you can follow Mo on all the social media at Mo Oladapo. Thank you so much for being here. This is just the beginning. We are taking this conference to the next level. We're going on a short break, and when we come back, we have the man that will be talking about business. He's very famous, very popular, and the founder and CEO of Medium Africa. I hope you know who I'm talking about. Don't worry, we'll be back after this short break.
Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022 gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career. Daniel Oduayo Folorunshaw, professionally known as Daniel Foley, is an internationally published photographer and filmmaker, tech and digital entrepreneur, founder Softlink.ai, and CEO Digital Medium Africa. Daniel has trained and empowered over 100,000 African entrepreneurs through his work as a founder, trainer, and coach at Daniel Foley SME Clinic, with a mission to equip business owners with the skill set and resources, training that will enhance their business structure, productivity, and scalability. He is the lead photographer at Nigeria's premium wedding photography and brand Daniel Foley Weddings, and he has won several awards, including the United Nations SDGs Global Award in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Daniel Foley.
Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Daniel Foley, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Emeka Benuro, and thank you for the entire team for having me here. I've been here for about an hour, and I was privileged to join that very powerful session by Mo Oladapo, and that was fantastic. You know, I found myself taking notes. I'm sure that the audience here, I'm sure you guys are taking notes too, and you're getting a lot of value already from this session. Now, I'm going to take a cue from Mo, because some of the things that he said, I figured that he didn't have enough time, right, to double down on, you know, some of the ideas and the solutions I was talking about, and the processes and the principles that we can take to build really you know, sustainable businesses that are actually making money, right? And so, well, the dilemma this evening might be the fact that I need to know exactly my audience, right? So I'd like one or two people to just tell me what you do, right? That's all. Just say hi, introduce yourself in the comment. Let's make this a little bit interactive. I think I have about 30 minutes to rebut, and that should be enough time. So no rush. Just tell me what you do. Tell me who you are in the comment. Let me meet you, because that would go a long way, you know, to determine exactly how I run this presentation this evening. So I'm looking at the comments, guys. Just tell me. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so just tell me what you do. Tell me about you. Tell me anything. Okay. Tell me about your business, and tell me what you're hoping to get from this session before we dive right into what should be a good 30 minutes conversation. So tell me, you're Linda, you're an English tutor. Okay, fantastic, Linda. I'm happy to meet you. Okay, comedian. Oh, I see. OJ is a comedian. Oh, your life coach. Okay, so Linda, can you tell me how do you plan to make money? All right. Tell me what your goals are. Tell me what you're thinking. Maybe one or two ideas in your head right now that you're trying to put together that I can help with. Okay. So just feel free. Tell me. Um, OJ Laughter, tell me exactly, are you trying to market your service? How do you want to make money in 2022? Mary, businesswoman. Oh, Mary's cousin. Nice. Okay, you're an event planner, the event blueprint. I see. So we have an event planner, we have a comedian, we have a businesswoman. The three of you should be working together. I think you'd make a very good partnership. Okay, Dr. Kemi, you're an education consultant, you're a marketing executive, and you have a food business. I like that. You've diversified, so you have multiple streams of income. Good. So we have someone here, Dr. Kemi, who has multiple streams of income. We also have beauty. Okay, we have Omolewa Ajayi, who is running a business of air and training. Oh, nice. Air training. Okay, good. I see what you've been able to do there, Omolewa. I think I'll share one or two things with you. Victoria, Vice Principal Academics in the secondary school, also into IT. Oh, nice. I like that. That's an academic there. Okay, an academic, you should be making more money. Okay, I see. Okay, Oluwabumi. Okay, Elizabeth. Okay, you're an entrepreneur and you work in fintech organization. You're in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, virtual assistant, social media manager. Good. Now, I like what I'm seeing here because there's evidence that everyone here, right, has one or two things that they're doing. And so I see that in the comments, we have professionals, we have creatives, we have business owners, right? And that is fantastic. So this evening, right, I'm going to spend the next maybe 25 minutes left now to discuss about business, right? How do you penetrate your market? Right. And why we're talking about market penetration, because that's something that is really difficult, right? I'm sure if you've been in business for a while, you'd realize that um, there's really nothing new, right? There's just a lot of things done differently, okay? And that brings in its own challenges because most of us, when we enter into any market, usually it's a saturated market. If you start a photography business, there are already lots of photographers. If you start a consulting business, there are already consultants, right, in your space. Give me a second. I'm going to take a look at this properly and see. Okay, I like this to be in the middle. Good. Okay, so I think this works. Okay, good. So you notice that you already have a lot of people in your space. You already have a lot of people making food, people doing makeup and selling air and doing all that. So the question is, now I'm at the Step Up conference, right? And the promise is, you guys promised, Emeka did a lot of work, the entire team did a lot of marketing, and the promise was clear. Come to the Step Up conference, and we're going to show you how to step up, right? And here, when you step up, you understand that you have to overtake some people, right? The real act of stepping up means that you leave some people behind, right? And those people, in actual sense, should be your competition. So we're actually talking about, how do you overtake your competition? How do you do what they've done before, but do it better? How do you actually penetrate, into the market? And that's the real challenge, right? So that's what we're going to be talking about this evening. And I'm going to break it down into three sections originally, but I'll make it four, right? People, products, technology, and business strategy. Okay. So please write that down very clearly, right? People, products, technology, and your business strategy. These four pillars will show you exactly how to penetrate your market, right? And usually without permission, because most times I figure that as creative people, as business owners, sometimes we're just waiting for permission. We're waiting for someone who's going to come and tell us that, oh, you know what, it's time for you to now, be big. Okay, so we're waiting for someone or the market to say you have arrived, right? We're always looking for external elements and external factors to justify our existence, right? And to justify the necessity for us to expand, right? And that is the wrong mindset. You don't need anybody to tell you what to do. If you have that mindset, if you're waiting for external factors as an entrepreneur, right, to accredit you or to certify you or to say all sort of things, look, you're wasting time. You're not going to get anything done, right? What makes an entrepreneur is your ability to see differently, right? And I mean, more already made it clear, you have to be able to solve a problem, right, as at the time and when it is needed and do it well, period. Okay. And so tonight I'm also going to be sharing some case studies into how you can also see differently. I'll be talking about that specifically on products because we're going to be doing something called product vision, right? Business vision, product vision, they're different things. Okay. But before we go into this session, I want you to put your hand on your chest and do something for me. I want you to say after me that, hey, call your name, Daniel Foley, and say that I believe in myself. And I believe that I can do it. And I believe that I can expand. And I believe that I can build a successful business. And I believe that I can grow. And I believe that I can add more to my skills, right? And do the things that no one ever thought I could do. And I can add more value to my customers. And I can bring honor to my family. And I can make wealth and bring wealth to my nation. Okay. That self-belief and what we're just doing now is critical to get anything done in life. Doesn't matter how many hours I spend on this, conference or how many speakers show up. If you don't believe in yourself, forget it. You're going to have nothing at the end of the day. It's just going to be one of those other Instagram events or conferences that you attended and nothing happened. Self-belief is important. So if you don't learn anything at all, and if you want to shut down your phone, take that from me. Because most times I find out that even businesses that can afford help and seek the help, they just don't do anything because they never believe in themselves. And one of the hardest things to train or to impact is to impact belief in somebody else. It's very hard for me to believe on your behalf. You must believe by yourself. Okay? And so when you have this mindset that you can build, that you can learn, that you can transform, that you can expand, then you find out that the ideas begin to flow and the energy to execute comes. Okay? And that is something that you must focus on and you must retain that energy because you're going to need it along the line. If not, I've seen entrepreneurs who went back into 9 to 5. I've seen people who left a 300K per month salary, became entrepreneurs, failed in their business, quickly ran back. And by the time they went back, the job they got was 120K. Some did not get any job for months. And all of a sudden, what seemed like this quickly came down. And so, if you don't have that belief, if you don't have that fuel, that confidence, that understanding, that knowledge and faith and belief that you can build, right? That you can wrestle challenges, that you can learn new things, right? And actually succeed, then in the end, if care is not taking, you're actually going to slide back. And that's not something that we want. Okay. And so for us to go into this, now it is clear. I want to tell you a personal story. So you can't believe that. It's interesting that as intelligent that I might think that I am, and as confident as I am in myself and my abilities, by the grace of God, I doubted myself if I could drive a car. I'm telling you. Then I remember I used to wonder how is it possible to have confidence driving something really fast? And then you're just there and then there is no accident. So for months before I started driving, I used to sit beside the drivers, trying to watch their legs, watch the hand and watch everything. And I looked at them and said, this thing, can I ever be able to do it? Despite how talented that I knew I was. And I've done more complex things, right? Because business is complex than driving. But then I still had this doubt. And so that made me understand that, hey, even the most talented people sometimes doubt themselves. And everybody has this inner fear to get things done. And that's why you find out that there are some people today, when they see or encounter a new technology, they quickly shift that and say, no, I don't think I can do it. I don't think it is possible. That's because they don't believe in themselves. And so the very first thing that you need to execute what Mo Oladapo has shared with us, and what I'm also going to share in this session, and what the speakers will share tomorrow, is the confidence in yourself, the ability and the knowledge that you know that you have capacity to transform yourself. If a woman can look in this world that we're living in, a woman can look and say, no, 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 I don't think I'm a woman anymore. I want to become a man. Or a man can flip the other way around. How much more someone who is trying to build a business and trying to get something done? You can learn new technology. You can do things. You can learn new ideas. You can make new investments. And you can actually really build a successful business. But let us talk about what a successful business is. Because if you have this picture of success, it then requires us then to say, okay, definitely now that we have this picture, how do we drive there and how do we get there? Now, that business that you're doing, I already see someone in the comments, right? I think Buki or so. She has different businesses. She keeps it 9 to 5, and she has I think her own personal maybe coaching business, and then she has another business, and that's one person doing 3 things. That's someone that is right here with us. Aliko Dangote. He has the Dangote Cement. He has the different businesses. One person doing that. Jeff Bezos has Amazon. Amazon itself has like almost 100 companies in it. Has SpaceX. One person doing the same thing. Elon Musk, right, has several companies, like really big companies. SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, right, and different businesses. And these are gigantic businesses. And each of those businesses have their own different verticals. That is one person. Okay, so maybe those people are Elon Musk is in the United States. Dangote, I've never seen him. Who knows where Jeff Bezos is? But at least you can see me. I'm right here. My name is Daniel. Or maybe some of you say, okay, I don't know Bookie in the comments, but you know me. You know Daniel Foley. I have different businesses and I've been able to scale them. And when I started these businesses, I literally had, the help of my mom. And my mom referred me to a couple of people. And that's how I started. Not like I got any funding from the bank. Never took a bank loan for anything. I've just used what I have, right, to always get what I want. And we've been able to expand, right, to about 18 team members, across the world. Okay. And so how do you build a business and build, a revenue model that is sustainable in the long term? Because you know that most small businesses fail within the first 1 to 5 years. And so how do you cross the 5-year mark? I mean, I've crossed the 5-year mark twice. My business is going to be 11 years this year, right? And so how do you actually do that? Okay, mindset is key. And that's where we're going to start. People, the very first thing to penetrate your market without permission is to understand that you're going to need people. Many businesses fail because they lack support. Many businesses fail because they work in isolation. Many entrepreneurs fail because they are stranded and they are often alone. So you must understand that to succeed, you're going to need people. Okay? So write that down. Now, I know the fear of most business owners. How do I know? Because I've been through that stage, I've been through the process. But I'm going to tell you exactly the moment that gave me a light bulb, and I said, yes, this is it. This is how to scale a business. So most times, many of us are afraid that, hey, if I hire someone on this business, how do I begin to pay salaries? How do I start paying 50,000 naira for another person or 100,000 when I'm not sure of what is to come? In business, you have to be sure sometimes. You have to, yes, be hopeful, but you have to be sure that you have to believe that if I want to sell this product, I can sell 100 in a month. I have to believe that there are more than 1 million people in the world that need this. I have to believe that one person needs at least 10 of this. That's the confidence that you need to go out there. You need to believe in the products that you sell. Okay? But we're going to get there shortly. And so the people part is to understand that you need 1 or 2 people to help you do some things. This conference that you see today was not put together by just one person. Different people do things. No, it's not just only Dangote that is working in Dangote Cement. No, is it just Jeff Bezos that is working in Jeff Bezos? And that's working in Amazon. So you must be very clear. You need to get to the stage where you tell yourself, you put your hand on your chest and call your name and say, look, anything that is not sustainable, I will no longer be part of it. I got to that point in my life. I said, if I cannot do this thing in the next 2, 3, 4 years or the next 5 years, I'm not interested. If I cannot do this for 30 years, anything I'm going to do now that I'm not interested in doing in another 30 years, I don't want to start. So some of you who are selling, some business owners today in Lagos, all they are doing is they are spending time saying, we will buy air. Okay, if I buy this air for 20K and I can sell it for 25K, I've made profit. That is what I want to do. Brilliant. If that is what you have chosen to do. But the question is this: at the scale at which you are doing it, which is based on just the relationship that you have and selling 2 wavens in a month, if you are not interested in doing it at that scale, if you want to go big, then you must now begin to say, okay, good. What I now want to do is in the next 2 years or in the next 3 years, I want to start importing this amount of pieces and I want to sell this amount of product in the next 6 months so that I can become a distributor. There are people who MTN call partners today. They are distributors of MTN products and they're very successful. So you don't even have to own your product. That's okay. There is no crime in selling Wavon, but there is a crime in how you do business. Okay. And so I want you to begin to read the fine lines, because if I'm speaking, if you're not multiplying my statement, don't think what I'm saying is just applying to Wavon business only. You have to be able to apply it in your own case. Okay. So if you are doing business and you say no problem with selling Wavon, but if you're selling Wavon at a certain scale that is not sustainable, that cannot feed you or feed your family or send you on vacation or make you enjoy life or help you to hire 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 or 20 people, then you're not in business. There's no point. Because until you begin to distribute large quantity and you can say, okay, you're selling 100 Wavon in a month, 1,000 Wavon in a month, that is the time where you can say, okay, good, I want to do forward integration. I want to start manufacturing Wavon. Then all of a sudden, opportunity shows up. Then you go to China and you bring in some machine and you hire more people and the drive is there. Can you see that? But when you lack the people, when you feel that it is okay for you to be alone, then there is problem. So you have to start thinking, what do I need to do to be able to pay somebody else? That places demand on you. It places responsibility on you to sell more. The question then becomes, who is the most critical person that I need in this business? It might be a marketer. If I can hire a marketer and this marketer can sell more products, does it not make sense? Imagine if I'm selling just 2 Wavon every month. Pardon me for using the example of Wavon, but I know that Nigeria, we have a lot of product-based businesses, physical products especially, and there's a problem with that model that I'm not going to delve into today, But you need to start looking at it that, hey, if I can sell two products right today, if I can bring in a marketer that is going to make me sell 50, does it make sense? Okay, even if the marketer cannot sell 50 in the next 1 month, if it will take the marketer 6 months to sell 50 every month from the next 6 months, then maybe I should just save up enough to be able to hire a marketer and pay him consecutively for 6 months to eventually be able to hit that target. But you must have a target. You must have a goal and you must be willing to bring in the right people to work with you in that business to grow. Look, many of us are already smart people. I'm not going to come here and try to bamboozle you or try to speak some big grammar with intention to impress you. No, instead, I'm going to give you that push. And I'm going to give you some tips, some strategies, and some tricks and tactics that you can deploy along the line, and eventually you'll be able to build a successful business. Okay? So understand that you need people. And then look at it. What people do I need to be able to achieve my goal? I'm going to tell you 3 levels of people quickly. Number 1 is you need yourself, the entrepreneur. You need to be knowledgeable about business. Don't assume that because you started selling 1 or 2 products, you know what entrepreneurship is about. You've got to learn entrepreneurship, right? And you can learn by either going to school. Most people go and learn MBA, go to MBA. MBA is good, but MBA it's not everyone who attends or who has an MBA that's actually going to build a business. Some of them are going into corporate, okay? But you can also learn by mentorship. Get an entrepreneur who is a mentor to show you things. Ask a lot of questions and do Google a lot, okay? And then you can understand how to build yourself as an entrepreneur. Because if you don't, let me tell you something for sure. If you don't have the right education, and that's the problem with the African continent, our education is flawed. And that's what has created a mass set of people that they don't really understand how to do and grow their business. Okay, so if you understand that you need people and you need the right education, if you don't have the right education, when the right people come, you'll not be able to keep them, and you'll not be able to make the most of them. Okay, and one of the right skills that you must have is structure and processes. Because if you don't have processes written down, whoever is coming into that business will not know what to do. The Bible says, write the vision down, make it plain, so that those who see it can do what? Run with it. If you don't write your processes down, your SOPs down, the person coming into your business will not know the right thing to do. So what you must do is attend a business structure and growth class. Those classes are affordable, 50K, 150K, you get something. Do it. If you're somewhere else in the world, maybe you're watching from the US or Canada, you can take business structure classes online or find those, in your city, right? Coaches in your city will train on business structure and processes. If you don't have that, forget it. You're not going to leave that one-man business zone. You will not grow. This one is not something you go to church to pray about. You don't need fasting and prayer for it. If you don't understand business process and structure, look, some pastors, they are anointed. They have the Spirit of God in them. But because they don't understand business process and business structure, their ministry will not grow. And God is just there. God is not wicked. He's just there. He's looking at them. You must get understanding. Even the Bible makes it clear, saying all you're getting, get understanding, right? And get wisdom. So it is left for you. If you don't have the right structure or the right system, you don't have anything for somebody else coming from outside to work with. So fix yourself first. The next thing is then find the right people. The right people, look, it's a very big topic, right? But of course, I think you know what I mean. Find people with good character, and find people with good skill that you need to actually grow the business. Marketing skills, communication skills, customer service, etc., strategy, right? Whatever your business needs in terms of systems and structures and execution. I don't know what your product is, but find people that can help you build and scale and do more. You might just even need a social media manager and combine the role. So maybe hire a social media manager, somebody that knows how to run Facebook ads, and maybe can shoot some videos and also make the person the customer service. Find like 3 things together, and let the person start doing it in the business and let them see the vision, because you must also have a vision. Then you need investors. You need people who are going to maybe friends and family who will give you some resources. Okay, let me speak about this, because I think this is something that I need to talk about. The problem is this. Most businesses in Nigeria, this is a Nigerian thing. It's not just business owner something. It's Nigeria, especially, maybe African. Maybe I should put it that way. Many of us want to harvest our fruit too early. So you see someone who is in business. Look, let me be frank with you. If you really want to save your money as an entrepreneur and keep your money, you will need at least 5 years to be in business before you can say, go and ask most entrepreneurs. The profits keep going back into the business for many, 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 many years before you actually grow, right? And you say, okay, good, you have a lot of money in the bank. Look, Facebook did not make money until after 14 years. Amazon did not make a profit until after 20 years. Not 1 year, not 2, not 3, not 5, not 10, not 15, not 20. 20 before they began to make profit. But you see a small business owner today, they want to start the business today. From today, they want to start making profit. At the end of the month, if they hire one person and they don't see 20x growth, they will fire that person. It doesn't work like that. See, business require, look, if you want to do business the right way, right, you need to make certain investment. Let me give you a typical example. You want to start a logistic business. Will you not buy a bike? After buying a bike, will you not have a pickup place? Will you not have a customer service? Will you not buy some documents in the book in the office? Will you not buy a printer? Will you not buy, a dedicated phone line? Will you not buy a generator? Will you not pay for power? Will you not buy air conditioning system? Will you not hire people into that company? The requirement of business is a lot. If you want to do it right, I'm not talking about tacky businesses. If you want to do clean business and you want to do it right and give value to the customer and create fantastic experiences, then there is a lot that it takes. The Bible says, write the cost. When you want to build a tower, you have to do what? You need to know your costing. So that when you make that 2 million or you make that 5 million, you don't get excited very quickly, right? You sit your ass down and put the money in the things that you know that you need to do to be able to build the right experience and deliver value, okay? So Take note of that, that it takes time to really have some big money and say you've made money as an entrepreneur. As a business owner, you need to keep applying a percentage of the business, of the profit back into the business and to keep growing the business, so that a lot of businesses even fail. About 15 or 20% or so fail because they eat into their profit. Some of them will sell and they think they make big money and they go and buy a car straight, right? They fail because you keep eating into your profit. No, that profit is to go back into the business, a portion of it. So most times people think that entrepreneurs, just take money and spend all the money. No, you need discipline. You need discipline. You need to keep some, right? And then put some back into the business. So it will take a while to build. Be ready to do that. Okay, Emeka is showing up already. I think my time is almost up. Okay, and we're still on people. Okay, so how many minutes do I have left, Emeka?
Daniel, I think I will just give you those 30 seconds to wrap up. We didn't want to disrupt. Yes.
Okay.
We didn't want to disrupt your flow. So just give us one more point, and I think that will be it.
Okay. So this is really interesting. I think I could do this for 2 hours easily. Okay. So to wrap up, maybe Emeka, give me just 2 minutes. Okay. So people, product. Your product, you need to look at your product and revamp your product, right? But let me quickly share this with you. So think about your product as a multiplier effect, right? See how you can convert service into product and product into service. So what do I mean? If you sell Wave-On, for instance, right? Think of how you can sell this Wave-On and how you can provide services to maintain that Wave-On, right? Your network companies do it. After they sell you a SIM card, they still find a way to service it. Those who sell you a phone or a laptop still find a way to make money off maintenance, right? People who sell you cars still find a way to provide services as insurance, okay? So think about the multiply effect. How can you make one product do 10 things? How can you market different products? And for you, the small business owner, what you really need to sell your product, the secret that I learned many years ago is funnels. I set up a funnel for every product. So no product should just live in your head. Most of us as business owners, our product lives in your head, in our heads, right? Let your product have a page, a landing page that talks about it. All your products, all. If you have a coaching service that is 50K strategy session, build a landing page for it, sell it online. So if you have a sales funnel that can always bring you money, you have more than enough money to pay any employee that you hire. Technology, sales funnel is the technology. Go and learn it, master it. Master advertising. On business strategy, there's a lot I want to share with you. That's the last point. Emeka is on my neck now, so I need to run. Okay. So on business strategy, there's a lot. I can spend hours to talk about it. But what I would tell you on business strategy is this: marketing is the biggest business strategy. If there is no marketing, there's no business. If you are not really interested in marketing, just don't do business. Go and take a 9-to-5 job and you'll be very happy. And technology marketing, which is digital advertising, Facebook, Instagram ads, you have to learn it by all means and master it. It's valuable today, it will be valuable to the next 50 years. So master it as an entrepreneur, and I wish you success, and I hope that you can build a truly lasting business. Cheers.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel Foley. Thank you for that session. We love the way you have broken it down. You said we should, how we can penetrate our market without permission. So guys, people, make sure you hire people. You can't do it all by yourself. Leverage on technology. And like Daniel rightly said, using technology, remember that marketing is the heart of your business. If your heartbeat stops right now, you know what that means. So if you stop marketing, if you stop selling, your business is gone. So make sure you market, make sure you sell, and make sure you have the right people and you're leveraging technology. Thank you so much, Daniel Foley, for that session. We truly enjoyed it. Thank you. All right, guys. Yes, you are still watching the Step Up Conference 2022. My name remains Emeka Ebeniro. You could call me Fire Emeka. Yes, they call Fire Emeka. I'm a personal branding and transformation specialist, and I'm your host. Call me. I'm your hype man, the guy presenting today's program to you. So this is day one of the Step Up Conference. And if you're wondering what the Step Up Conference is all about, it's actually a brainchild or the product of the Jimmy Tewe Mentoring Public Speaking Mentoring Program. Over 7 months ago, Jimmy Tewe put out a clarion call. He wanted to know who the next voices in this industry would be. Who are the people that are ready to take the bull by the horn and help other people be all that they can be? Like I said earlier, many are called, but few were chosen. And people that you're listening to, the speakers from Daniel Foley to Mo Oladapo, are part of the few that were chosen to become the next voices. I hope you've been enjoying every part of this program. We're going on a short break. When we come back, guys, we're taking it to the next level. We have our content surgeon in the house, and she will be sharing to you that you need to pick up the call, guys. Pick up the call. So if you're not picking up the call, this is time for you to pick up the call and rise up, because the world needs you. We'll be back after this short break.
Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022 gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career. Oge Ikoro, also known as the content surgeon, is a sought-after content disruptor, coach, speaker, and author of Online is Your New DNA. She is the founder and lead consultant at Brandpreneur, a consulting firm that empowers and equips individuals and organizations to maximize sales by leveraging targeted, bite-sized content. She is passionate about helping people share their message with the world, get paid for their brilliance, and do what they love. Oge Ikoro will be speaking at the Step Up Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Oge Ikoro.
Hello, everybody. Woo! Whoa. So much fire, so much energy, everything going on. Hello, people. Good evening. Let me not even waste time before Emeka appears to tell me time is over. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're joining, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Okay, so today I will be speaking. I need to commend the last speakers because they have been amazing. Look at Mo Oladipo, look at Daniel Foley. I salute you people. You people are amazing. Who is excited? Drop the fire emoji in the comment section. Woo! Let's move it. If you notice all the speakers, there is something, that we are all saying almost the same thing. That means what we are telling you is life. What we are telling you is spirit. What we are telling you is fact. What we are telling you is figures. There is no two ways about it. There is no painting it. So if you listen to the sound, or if you are taking notes, you would listen that all we are saying is the same thing. Because basically what I'm about to say, most of them have said it. Now, without wasting time, I want to let you know that today I am going to drag you to pick your call. Basically what my fellow speakers have been doing all this while. Yes, now if you are sitting on a comfortable chair, you better adjust, because you're about to, get down from your chair. So picking your call. Now, before I get you to agree to pick your call, because I'm speaking about picking your call, knowing your genius domain and some of the skills, which you're supposed to acquire as a human being, as a business owner who is online, because you're not supposed to hire, everybody to do everything for you. There are certain skills, you're supposed to, have, which the first speaker, second speaker has even mentioned, as they were speaking. So getting you to pick your call, before I agree to get you to pick your call, there is a whole lot that is happening, and there is a whole lot that is going on. Now, if you listen to me very well, I said two things: happening and going on. They are two different things. What is happening is not what is going on. Don't be deceived. Yes, I will explain that. Now, what is happening? Now, there are so many things going on, a lot of conflict, separation, chaos, whether it's in politics, whether it's in culture, whether it's in business, inflation, rise of this, rise and fall of that, there is a whole lot happening. There is a whole lot, but don't be deceived. Behind all that, there is a silver lining which you have failed to grab, which is what you are supposed to be knowing, which is what you are supposed to be taking. And what is that? What is this thing that is going on? Now, for you to be present in this 2022, you are either a thermometer or a thermostat. What did I just say? Somebody drop it in the comment section. You are either a thermometer or a thermostat, okay? Now, you being a thermometer means that you are concerned with what is happening. Exactly. Oh, the rise in this. Oh, the fall of that. Oh, COVID is here. You're scared of somebody next to you. You're worried about the bans, restrictions, travels, all that. You're frustrated. You are concerned with what is happening. Now, that is because you are a thermometer. You need to be where you actually should be. Is you need to be a thermostat. A thermostat is you picking your call, you restarting your engine, even if you have made mistakes in the past, you knowing that there are people you are called to serve, you focusing on your focus, you agreeing to take people from point A to point B, which is either your 20-year-old self or your 10-year-old self. Now, that is you being a thermostat. And that is what the world requires you to be, because you ain't Jesus. You're not saving everybody. Do you get what I'm saying? So you should be a thermostat. And that is how you begin to pick your call. Now, when you begin to pick your call as a thermostat, what should you do? First of all, you need clarity. You need clarity. You need to know exactly where you are going. You need to, first of all, did I mention to you that, when you pick your call or when you become a thermostat, that the world, there is something that you didn't realize, which is the world has announced you to the new you, the virtual you, the online you. It has announced you to the new you ever since 2020. I know, yes, you've been online for ages. You've been online for God knows when. Yes, but ever since 2020, 2021, there's been a lot, happening, like I told you. And if you will agree with me, so many people, the rise of they were the rise of the underdogs, and so many people, were running helter skelter, what they call kitty kitty and kata kata. If you're my Nigerian friend or Nigerian sister and brother, you know what I mean by that. Okay, sorry, international audience, I'm so sorry, you wouldn't know what this means. Now, so you will be concerned with that. But the world has announced you to the virtual you. And for you to know and for you to realize that you have picked your call. Now, there's something that has been leading me ever since I got this information. Now, when I share it with you, write it down, because I believe it will make you be on your toes. Now, do you realize that Forbes, according to Forbes, they say that the knowledge industry will be in 2025, will be worth $325 billion. $325 billion, the knowledge industry. Now, if you see this figure, please write it down. If you hear this kind of thing, what should you be thinking? You should be thinking of, how do I gain my market share? You did not come here to watch others. You did not come here to look film. You did not come here to watch Netflix. Yes, it's leisure. Yes, you make out time to do it, but that's not what you're called for. Netflix have picked their call and they are getting their market share online. Do you get what I'm saying? And so what is your call? What is your call? Now, just in case, if that figure is not moving you, now get a glass of water, because you need to be swallowing tablets in this live session. You need to be swallowing tablets as I'm dropping it like it's hot. First, swallow the $325 billion. Where is your own market share? What are you doing to cut in your own market share? Now, just in case if you're telling yourself, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, I am not this or I am not that. Now, have you heard of this guy called Hiroshi? Now, Hiroshi Vander. Yeah, I think that's his surname. Now, the guy who found selfie sticks. How did it happen? He traveled in the 1980s with his wife, in one trip like that. So they needed to take a picture, and by the time they wanted to snap, they needed someone to snap them, and they couldn't. So the guy is an engineer. Funny enough, you just had to screw the phone or something to a stick, and he hooked. And that was how the idea came. He has picked his call. That was how the selfie stick you hold, check-em, that was how it came. Now, what of this guy, Lasisi Elene? Let me come down to Nigeria. I'm just going to give just few examples because of time. Lasisi Eleno, the guy who decides to, like he wake up one day and said, I am going to run for Nigeria. I am going to run till they get me, they get me paid and something like that. This guy has been concerned with the things, the anomalies of what is going on in Nigeria, whether it's politics, whether it's comedy, whether it's and he gets paid for it. People pay him for influencing. People pay him for different things. He has picked his call. Do you get where I'm coming from? Now, what of this guy? Now, before I mention this guy's name, please, in this very particular or in this very scenario, this your adage that, the popular adage you say, closed mouth is a closed destiny, is not applicable in this one. Because if you know this guy I'm about to tell you, the factory worker who just quit his job in 2020, March to be precise, to just be a TikToker. Do you know now that being on TikTok now, some people take it as profession. He is the, will I say, the highest paid TikToker in the history of the world. His name is Happy Lames. He speaks no word. He speaks no word. Nothing. You and I have mouth to sell our market. You and I have mouth to preach our gospel about our business. But you can't. You won't. You don't want to. I am shy. I am this. I am that. You want somebody to do it for you. But a guy who does not talk, all he does is to help people do life hack. If you're familiar with this, drop an emoji to tell me that you are familiar with that guy's name. All he does is this way and this way. He doesn't even speak it. Just demonstrate. And he, from $0, somebody he quit his job from $0 to $2 million in 8 months. Hello, are you sweating right now? Because I am sweating. I am sweating right now. Now you will say, oh, you were busy talking about other people. Okay, what about you? Yes, I will call myself. Exactly. I am saying this on national broadcast. Sorry, I have said this before on the global stage. I'm saying this again. The first payment I received online was 200 naira. Don't laugh at me. Hello. The world has changed for me. Don't laugh at me. It's not what it is again. 200 naira was my first payment online. Who would have known? It would have discouraged me. But I kept on being consistent. I kept on saying, I sent 252 messages to people. 9 people believed in me and replied that what I have, the vision I have is, good enough for them to invest in me to pay 200. You can imagine. You will say, what is 200 naira? But then before somebody gives you 100 naira, you think it's easy? You think it's easy? Then I was asking, you can imagine me, my hand was paining me. 252 people, 252 people sending messages. But imagine that only 9, and it was that 9 that brought me where I am today. Today, I'm earning in dollars, I'm earning in pounds, I'm earning in naira. Like, I am not even kidding you. I work with 7 UK brands, that doesn't even want to leave me. I'm telling you the truth. So 200 naira opened the doorway, and you are sitting down there in that your comfortable chair and saying, I don't know what to do. Now, the first thing, you have to swallow this pill right now. You need clarity. You need clarity of what to do. Robin Sharma, if you're familiar with the book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, he said everything is created twice first in the mind, and second in what? In reality. And so that means you have to get clear on where you're going, your market. Find your genus domain where you need to tread, where you need to fly, where you don't do what others are doing. Hello, there is something people are commending you for. In case you don't have an idea, you might say, oh, okay, I don't even know what you're talking about. But there's something you are good at. People kept on saying, oh, you're good at this, you're doing it freely, you're doing it carelessly. You can turn that into gold. Knowledge is the new gold. Your knowledge cannot be in the raw state. No way. You have to turn it. But it's not all about money. It's not all about money first. You have to discover where you have to solve people's problem. Now, when you solve their problem, you are taking them across the bridge. It's like a valley, there's a bridge, which you're supposed to help people cross over. Now, you are this end and they are this end, and there is a big, space here where, if they fall inside. So you are supposed to help them and cross over. And those people are the people who, are your 5-year-old self. They are your 10-year-old self, maybe your 20-year-old self. Do you get now? Because you have had experience, you have had knowledge, you have acquired capabilities and all that, you can be able to help them cross over. Do you get me? And how can you cross over when you are not clear? How can you cross over when you don't have a brand? How can you cross people over when you don't even know what to do? You need to be clear. That's the first thing.
Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022 gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career.
Of the conference. Thank you so much, Oge Ikoro. She has spoken very well. Like, it is time for you to pick your call. Once again, it is time for you to pick your call. And one thing I enjoyed most about Oge's session was she was very vulnerable, telling us about her story, how she started by earning only 200 naira. Now, today, Oge is a consultant and also the founder of Cabo, which is an army of accountability. So if you're wondering, you're struggling with accountability, then why don't you get in touch with Oge Ikoro? You can find her on social media, Instagram to be precise, at I am Oge Ikoro. Guys, it is amazing. This is just, we're taking it to the next level. Right now, we're about to enter into it. If you're Nigerian or from African, you know what we call the bottom pot. Like when you cook the famous jollof rice, at the bottom, that is where you get all the seasoning. That is where you get all the flavor. That is where you get the good stuff. Now we're getting into the good stuff. This is where we have our first panel session at the Step Up Conference 2022. I have amazing experts across diverse industries that will share with us insights on how you can get exponential results and growth in life, business, and career. We're going on this short break, and when we come back, I'll be handing over to my very good friend and brother, Sheyi Agbede, who is the moderator of the very first panel session. We'll be back after this break.
Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022 gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career. Speaking, Sheyi Agbede, Olabukola Michelle, Adeze Nwagun, Omolaramide Amubuya.
All right, thank you very, very much. It's such an excitement to be here. For those that have joined the conference from the beginning, it's been an awesome session. We had the first session with Mo, and then we had the session with Mr. Daniel Foley, and just the session we just completed with the brandpreneur. Wonderful sessions. Okay, so today, right now, we're going into the panel session, and I am excited to be joined by, three wonderful, amazing practitioners in their fields. And guess what? They're all ladies. So blessed are thou amongst the ladies. I'm a man amongst the ladies, and we're going to be having fun today. And the interesting thing about this session is because we're getting perspectives from different people in different fields, walks of life, and that's what we're here. So joining me in this session, the first person that I'm going to be calling on in this session is a lead consultant with CX1 Shop. Is a company that helps with customer experience management right there in Canada, where she's joining us all the way from Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Olubukola Michelle to the panel session. Also joining us, thank you very much. You're welcome. Also joining us is someone that is a brand and marketing communications expert who makes brands their industry's limited edition by becoming highly sought after. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Omolaramide to this panel session. And last but not the least, I'll be joining us in this panel session is a startup coach who takes delight in ensuring that businesses make profits. She's also the founder of Tenderville Nursery and Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome Adeze to the panel session.
You.
So before I go ahead, I'd just like to say this for anybody that has any questions or ideas you want to talk about, please drop them in the chat box, in the comment box. I'm taking a look at them. Some people had sent in questions earlier, so I'm going to start off with some of those questions. If you have your own questions, you can drop the questions there, and we will get to ask our panelists. So I have some questions here already, panelists. I'm going to go right into it. So I have a question here, and I think I would direct this question to Bukola because it looks more like what it is that she will be able to handle for us. Okay, so it says, how can small business owners remain agile and responsive to customers' ever-changing needs? I mean, we're in an environment where the needs of the customers keep changing. So it says, how can we ensure that small business owners remain agile and responsive to the customers' ever-changing needs during these volatile times? So, Bukola, I'll give that to you. Please help us with that.
Okay, so thanks, Jay. Thank you so much for the question. I'm so delighted to be here. Hello, my fellow panelists. So that's a very valid question, actually. And the first thing I would say to that business owner is, do you even know your customers? Do you know these customers we're talking about? The next thing I would say is, do you have data on your customers? Are you collecting data? I find it so funny these days when I deal with businesses and they're not even asking for my data. They're not asking for my information. They're not saying anything about it, right? And the third thing is, how are you using the data? So this is it. If you'll be able to respond to a customer's changing needs, you need to know the customer. And when you know the customer, you have to collect data. How do they buy from you? When do they buy from you? How much do they spend with you? What do they buy from you? Where do they live? How do they do their transactions? What's their preferred channel for transactions? if you have all of this information, then you would be able to collect that data and use that data, and you will let the data teach you. So an example, and I know some small business owners will probably say things like, oh, I don't have the money, it's expensive. Even a simple Excel sheet can help you. You can put this data on Excel sheet, the name, just do the columns, and then let the data speak to you. So if a customer has been coming to you through a specific channel before, or if you've been selling to a customer through a specific channel, and you're seeing from the trend that in the last few weeks, this customer has begun to use a different channel, that tells you something. That tells you that the need of that customer is likely changing, or maybe their lifestyle has changed, or there's some circumstance that has changed in their life. So that would help you to make decisions based on that. So that's one thing you need to do. I need you to do three things: know your customer, collect data on your customer, and let the data guide you, right? So I believe I've been able to answer that question, Shay.
Oh, wow, fantastic. We have been able to answer that question. I mean, so you've given us three things that we need to do: know your customer, collect data on that customer, and let that data drive and guide what it is that you're doing. Fantastic. Thank you very, very much. Now, the next question is bothered on branding. So most likely Omolara would help us with this question. It says, is there a difference between the personal and corporate branding? And if so, how can we differentiate them, and how do we apply them in our recent times? Please talk to us about this. Hello, Mamala, did you hear me? Did you hear the question?
Shay, would you repeat that question?
Thank you very
Yes,
much. This differentiation between personal and corporate branding is an age-long question. I hear it every time. Of course, there's a difference, but with the hello, can you? Yes, you were talking about the difference between personal and corporate branding. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Shay?
Okay, I think she's having some internet connections here, so I'll go on to the next person. Daisy, I'm probably going to pull you in to this here. There's a question here that Daisy, I think I'll direct this one to you. So this question says, I mean, we've had so many insights and so many things today, but one question is, how can business owners stand out from the crowd? And speaking from your own experience, you're a business owner, you've set up your business and business is thriving. So someone is asking here, how can businesses stand out from the crowd? What would you say to such a person?
Okay, thank you, Sheyi. I know that Mo has spoken so much about principles, for success, for business and all. I'll just add one more, really. It's practical and it's something you can begin to do immediately. And that is that it is important that we're intentional about what we expose our mind to. It is important that we are conscious, that we're deliberate, about what we expose our mind to, because the truth is that your current experiences are a reflection of what you are currently exposed to. So for every business owner, I would encourage us to have a learning plan. It is important that if you're going to step up in your business in 2022, you must step up your mental capacity. You must stretch your brain. You must stretch your mind. You must stretch your thinking. You must expose yourself to, a deliberate learning plan. So in the immediate, you can start out just simple, tips. Daily reading, 30 minutes reading every day. Simple things that make a lot of difference. So you have the short diet, so 30 minutes reading every day. And remember that you have to read in alignment with your future, in alignment with your goals for that current season. Other short tips you can do: podcast, listen to podcasts, 10 minutes listen to podcasts, YouTube, learning something new. And then the long diet, you can begin to register, like every quarter, register for a masterclass, 10 to 20 days. You understand? Then go for mentoring sessions, mentoring classes. And remember that everything is dependent on your goals for that season. So whatever books you are reading, trainings you're exposing yourself to, even the mentors you gather around you that you attach yourself to should be in line, in alignment with your plans, with your goals for that season. So I think that's what I encourage every business owner to begin to do. Begin to be deliberate about your learning. You must have a learning plan that you follow daily and that you review every day. If you begin to do that, you would immediately, automatically begin to see a difference in your business. And that is the truth.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Now, coming from a business owner, she has put these things to practice. So whoever asked that question, I hope you've gotten valuable insights, and this is something that everybody would share from as well. Okay, so I see Omolara is back with us now. So we'll go back to that question that we asked earlier. What's the difference between the personal branding and the corporate branding? How can we differentiate this, and how can we put this into practice? Can you help us with that, please?
Okay, thank you, Shay. So for a business brand, it's about, branding the structure, the business, your products and services, while personal brand is about branding the person themselves. So if you're doing personal brand, you're branding the person's essence, the values, the beliefs, that's what you're branding. But in the case of a business brand, you're coming with all of those things from thin air. You're visioning what you want the brand to be, then coming up with what the essence should be, what the values will be, what the core values, what the unique selling proposition will be. But as a person, I tell people, from the moment you were being formed in your mother's womb, you've had a brand. You've always had a brand. It's always there. So it's about just leaning into what you have as a person. That is your personal brand. So whether you're being deliberate about branding your person or not, that's another kettle of fish. But for a personal branding, you have the values that you're branding, you're putting, you're trying to tell people, you're bridging the gap between who you are and the way people see you, so that they can know you, they can trust you enough to transact with you. But for a business brand, you're branding products, services, giving the structure, the frame of your business a name, giving it an identity, right? So you are coming with all of those things based on where you want the brand to be in the future. But as for your personal brand, you are branding what you already have, making it, putting like what I call the icing on the cream, enhancing your features, your beliefs, your values, your purpose, your essence, the reason why you're here, enhancing it so that you can inform people on what you have to offer. So that's the difference. But there's a thin line, because we've seen, from time immemorial, that personal brands usually supersedes, the business brands. But then what now informs which one you want to leverage is about your goal. What is your goal for your business? What is your goal for your personal brand? What is the vision that you have? But I tell people, personal brand is a must, because it's either you're branding or you're being branded. So why not be deliberate about who you want to be and how you want people to see you, and being in a place of your highest self. So that's the difference.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, if I hear you clearly, from what you have said, every one of us has a brand, whether we know it or not. So we need to be deliberate about harnessing what our brand is and making sure what our brand is actually what we want it to be. Powerful.
Correct.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Bukola is back here. I have a question for you. I'm going to pull you in now. It says, as a business owner, how can I ensure that my employees are on board with my desire to consistently create an excellent experience for my customers? So I have the desire to do it. But like Mr. Daniel Foley talked to us earlier, we need to get people on board to support this vision. So how do I communicate these desires to the people that I'm working with as well, so that we can get our customers to have the best experience ever? Talk to us about this.
Thanks a lot, Shay. That's an excellent question. And this is an age old challenge that a lot of businesses have. And I am particularly delighted that you mentioned Daniel Foley because he spoke about something that's extremely important. But I won't go to that yet. The first thing you have to do is vision. You need to have a vision. If you don't have a vision as a business owner and you're just freestyling customer experience management, you really cannot go anywhere. Like someone said, if you don't have a goal post, you cannot score a goal, no matter how wonderful you are as a dribbler, right? So the first thing you need to do is to have a vision. And you need to have a mission statement. That mission statement is your daily war chant that your employees would know about. And then you have to communicate it, right? So if you have a vision and a mission and nobody knows about it, there's no point. So the next thing, that vision and mission that you have to learn to communicate it and it's not something that you just wake up one day and begin to communicate with your employees. From the recruitment process, that time when you were doing an interview, it must feature in fact, it should feature in your job posting or when you're putting word out that you need somebody for a specific position. It should feature there and let them know that this business that you're coming to work for, we prioritize customer experience management. Right. And beyond communication, you now need to train your employees so that they would know what to do. And then structure, which is something that Daniel spoke about. You need to have a structure in place. Sometimes it's not that your employees don't know what they don't want to help you or they don't want to serve customers excellently. They just do not know what to do. Something as simple as having scripts. When customers come into your business place, like your shop or your store or your Instagram DM, what response do you give to them? Thank you for contacting us. We are delighted to serve you. Statements like that. When a customer's transaction is closed with you, what kind of statements do you give? Your employees should have all of these things. Don't leave it to them to just be thinking, oh, anything they like, whatever they feel like doing at that point in time, they can do. When they have that structure in place and then that policy, those procedures, the guidelines, where they have those things, there's no hiding place for them. They know that you have guided them. You have provided them with all the tools that they need to serve the customers excellently. And the last thing is your sanctions grid, your compensation plan. So if your employee is doing excellently well with customers, how do you compensate them? If they're not doing well, what do you do about it? If whatever gets measured gets done. So if you're not measuring their performance and you're not compensating them for good behavior, you're not reinforcing it. So how do they know that they're doing the right thing and they should continue to do it? So if they do something wrong and nothing happens, how do they know that they should stop doing that? Right? So these are things that you need to really, really begin to think about as a business owner. Those times of freestyling your business, they are gone. You have to be deliberate and put these things in place. I know that was a lot to digest in such a short time, but I hope you got something from that.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. That was a lot to digest, and I'm sure we had so much value from that. Now, I know our time is really running out, but I have just one more question here, and I think I will pull Omolaramide into this. Omolaramide, I have a question here, and I'm going to pull you into this, like I said. And it's similar to what Mr. Daniel Foley talked about during his session. This person says, I left my sales consulting business that wasn't doing well to take on paid employment for a bit. Now I'm ready to start all over again. How do I come back bigger and better as a brand that is being away for so long? This person is really in dire need of help. Please talk to us.
Wow. Okay, because of time, I'll just break this down into like five key things that the person should do right away. Number one is visioning. Where do you want that brand to be? What is your purpose? What is your goal for that brand? After you've pictured that, second one is auditing. What went wrong? What happened? Were there lapses? How did you go wrong? Are there people who are doing the same business and are doing it better? Number three is redefining your offers, redefining that business so that you can come back with a newly improved offer. Four is practice. Just show up and help people. Show up and help people. This is the time that you want to start offering your offers for free so that people can experience you firsthand and you can generate advocates who will then go on and let the word of mouth work for you. And the last one is what I call the 3 C's. This is the time where you want to start connecting. You want to collaborate with people, your industry shepherds, industry giants, and you want to start building your own community. Pick a platform, that you're comfortable with, start showing up, helping people, start showing your receipts, what they call receipts. That's your proof, your user-generated content, people that have experienced your brand, and go out there and beat your chest. Let people know what you're about. That is relaunching with a bang. So they know that you are back and better with your newly improved offer or products. That's it. Thank you.
Oh wow, that's a bang. You've given us 5 wonderful tips. I mean, we need sometimes to even be able to unpack all of those things, but I mean, fantastic tips. So anybody that is going through the same situation as well, she has given us 5 tips on how we can bounce back. Fantastic issue. Now, I know, I mean, we wish we could take more and more questions and go on and on with this, but we know we have very limited time. But not to worry, the conference continues tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a morning and an evening session as well, and a final session on Sunday. So we'll get more time to ask many more questions. So at this time, I would like to hand over back to the host for today, Mr. Emeka. If Emeka is ready, we can take it away from here.
All right. Thank you so much, Sheyi, for that session. Thank you, guys. It was indeed amazing. We are going on a short break. When we come back, guys, when we come back, I have a surprise for you. I'm not going to tell you, but just hold on. We'll be back after this short break.
Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022. Gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career.
And we are back. I've been hearing things, reading the comments, and I know you guys have not gotten enough of the content surgeon. So guys, I'm bringing back the content surgeon. She has so much to share with you. If you indeed want to step up and level up in 2022, then you need a little dose from the content surgeon. She's going to help you pick that call, understand your genius domain, have a new online DNA, and so much more. So guys, you have it here. The content surgeon, the one and only Oge Ikoro, is back right here for us, and I'm handing it over to the content surgeon. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, people. You know, when you're village people, you didn't settle them before you came for this show. So that's what happened. They had to cut me off for me to settle them. So I have just done that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So without wasting time, because they are on my neck. Now, where I stop, I'm not going to go into, much details. I'm going to cut. So pardon with me. Now, when you have heard clarity, when you have gotten your clarity, the next thing for you is to create what we call your virtual avatar. Now, what do I mean by that? Virtual avatar, because, your personal brand is who you are. When you walk out of the room, who people say you are, is what your personal brand is. Not when you are standing in front of them. When you walk out, if you want to really know who you are, when people walk out, what they say about you is your personal brand. Simple and short. Do you get me? Now, a lot of people who have come on this space today, they have talked about personal branding, and the queen of personal brands, and the kings of personal brands are here. So I'm not going to go into so much detail. So that is creating your virtual avatar. Your virtual avatar will make room for you. Your virtual avatar will get you paid. Your virtual avatar will get you connected to the people that matters. Your virtual avatar will make you do the things that move the needle. So you have to create this virtual avatar, whether you like it or not. Your personal brand. That is what we call your personal brand. And when you have created your personal brand, because guess what? People buy you before they buy any stuff, your product and services that you put out there. So whenever you are thinking of launching a brand out there, make sure that everything is in check. Now, your brand is not all those colors, no. Don't even, yeah, they are among, but it's not what really that you need. Is the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, the way you do things, the presentation, what you do. People are watching. They have these Google eyes. They are watching you everywhere you go. That is what your personal brand is. And you have to, define what you want people to think. That's the way you behave, so that you will be addressed. When they say dress the way you want to be addressed, something like that. So I won't go deep into this personal branding thing. Now, when you have created your virtual avatar, now what do? You find a domain where you can tread, a domain, even if you don't know what to do at that particular point in time. Learn something. Learn. There are so many places you can learn. There are so many people out there that can help you, coaches, mentors, who you can go to. Now, stop trying to figure it out. That's the problem with so many people. They try to figure things out on their own, which will take you 10 years, which will take you 20 years to figure every single thing out instead of paying your way. Oh my goodness, had it been I know this. Do you know when I started when I started creating my avatar newly, I was thinking that everything should be free. I was even angry with people. Why should they charge me for things like this? Do you know what? The first course I bought online, the first online course, one-on-one session I bought was 85,000. I had no money to buy hair. I had made this money, saved it up to buy my human hair. Finally, and this course appears everywhere. Follow me everywhere I go. I see it in my dream. I know I wanted to be more. I know I needed to be more. And guess what? Now, at this hand, something was saying, buy this hair. And at this hand, something was saying, okay, this is your future. You need to invest in this. And that was how I started off. Now you have to make sacrifices. You have to make that sacrifice to go where you are going. Free will only get you at the door. Hello? Even this conference is free. Yes, we are telling you all this. You are jotting down. You need someone to hold your hand to make sure you are getting to that place where you say you are going. You need someone to hold you accountable and show you the exact steps, to get there. Now, if you have created your virtual avatar, if you have, taken steps to hold on to a coach or mentor or something, there are skills, whether, any industry you are in, whether is in the fashion business, whether is in the food business, whether is in the teaching business, things like that. There must be some skills that you can be able to learn. You can't pay your way all the way. Your business is going to run, you're going to run into bankruptcy. Okay. So there are some, small skills that you can learn to help yourself. And what are those skills? First of all the speakers here have mentioned, most of them. Yes. Do you even realize that there are websites that are drag and drop websites? There are drag and drop websites, Google it online, that you can be able to create your website on your own. I am trying to remember, oh my goodness, I'm just trying to remember the name of this website. I think if I remember it, I will say it out. That you can actually create your own website in just minutes. All you need to do is pay and create your website in minutes. You just drag and drop. You must not know everything. There are things you just learn how to do. Things like funneling, landing pages, right? You should be able to know how to create your own landing page, right? Or else you will pay forever, because you heard it from the tech guy, who is Daniel Foley. You have to create a landing page for every course or product that you are selling out there. And if you have to do that, it's time for you to learn it. You can log on to pay for a subscription to SoftLink AI, either things like that, so that you can just be doing drag and drop. You can, what of payment portals? These are some of the skills you need to know how to use. Payment portals like Seller, know how to use Paystack, know how to use Flutterwave. If you're outside the country, if you're not familiar with all those things I'm saying, like something like Stripe, PayPal to receive money. How do people pay you? Will you say, take my account number? No, we are in 2022, for crying out loud. That is why we want you to step up. You can't be doing things backwards. People are doing things, people are moving ahead, and you're still backward. And so there are things you need to learn. For instance, you need to learn how to speak, sell your market, just like we're doing. Exactly. You have heard every speaker that have come on this very live session, right? There is no, we don't have two heads. We only have one head. But you need to learn properly. Don't go and, start on your own. Guess what? Don't even laugh at me. Do you know how I learned how to speak first? I started with a touch. I wish I have that touch right here. Is my orange and white touch. One day I told myself, look, you're not going to be afraid. You're going to do it. Those who have two heads, those who have one head, they do it. And that day I started. I opened up my church, behaved like as if I'm holding a microphone. The first word I spoke was, I can't remember the time. It was 2:53 a.m. In the middle of the night, I was practicing how to speak because I was supposed to go and speak to some people the next day. Oh my goodness. And that was how I started. But I knew I needed to be better. I knew I needed to, stand strong and firm when I come in front of people, whether it's 5,000, 10,000, or 20,000 people. So I digged in professionally. And that is why you have somebody like Jimmy Tayway right there. Do you get what I'm saying? So there are things. What of content creation? If I dig deep in content creation, oh my goodness, we won't go here today. It's a whole lot. Now, but the one thing I want to say to you about content creation is that your content must act. Acting there, that I mean, is attract attention. Your content must be able to attract attention so that it can create conversation. Do you get? When it attracts attention, it will start creating conversation. People will be wondering, oh my goodness, who is this guy? Who is this lady? Things like that. From asking questions, they come into your DM. And from asking questions coming into your DM, it turns to transaction. ACT, act, attract, create conversation, and turn to transaction. You cannot leave it halfway. And in conclusion, because Emeka has appeared here, I need to go. So in conclusion, I will say to you people, I wish I have so much time, but I don't. I will say to you people, there is no magic wand that is coming to save you. Last time I checked, there is no to come and save us. No one is coming to save you. You have to learn those capabilities that can help put you in the front line, put you in there to begin to speak like an authority, like a brand. And you need collaboration. Is very important. What you see us doing today is collaboration. I didn't know who he was before, but we're under one umbrella and we are collaborating to bring this to you free of charge. Collaboration should not be neglected. Now, it ain't matter whether you have degrees or no degree. After all, my master's degree is still lying under my bed today. Nobody has asked me. Even the last time I went to look for a job, they told me to hide it, that if they see it, they won't give me a job. What kind of country are we in? I don't want to be Lasisi, who is lamenting about this country. It is not my domain to lament about this country. I just came here to make sure you are uncomfortable, to shift you out from your comfortable chair. I stopped by to make sure that there is, all those, things that you are getting confused about, all the what ifs, all the I don't want to's, all the, how should I, you have to get clear your head, so that you can move into the limelight. And lastly, I came here to pierce your soul. Yes, you looking at me right now. I came to pierce your soul so that you will receive newness. Yeah. You will receive newness to know that online is your new DNA. Your DNA has changed. Stop hustling backwards.
Yeah.
Go from.
Thank you so much, Oge. Thank you so much, Oge. Guys, let's see that in the comments. Show Oge some love. Put it there. Yes, we're seeing the comment. It says, invest in your personal development. Awesome. Oge, thank you for sharing this. He says, your personal brand is what people say about you when you are not there or when you're not in the room. Okay, thank you so much. And I love the way you put it. You said it is ACT. You get attention, you create conversation, and then you convert by turning it into transaction. Okay, thank you so much, so much, so much. That was really awesome. People, see, look at this remarkable session. Thank you so much. Yes, people are saying they have picked their call. Okay, has made them pick their call. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Okay, yes, we. If you're still watching, yes, if you're just joining us, you've missed a lot. If you've been watching, then you know you have gotten so much value. But that's not the end. Of course, you can still watch the others, and there'll be other announcements coming up shortly. This is the Step Up Conference 2022, and this is just day one. Imagine what will happen in day 2 and day 3. We're going on a short break. When we come back, I'll be bringing up my amazing sister. She is a lawyer, she is a communication coach and expert, and she'll be telling us what you need to know about this conference and things that are coming up. We're going on this short break. We'll be back shortly.
Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022. Gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career.
Wow, what a day it has been. Tables have been shattered, mindsets have been changed. I am so glad to have been a part of day one of Step Up Conference 2022. If you're as excited as I am and as thankful to all the speakers that have blessed us and that have impacted us, let me just see you put a fire emoji in the comment section. Let me see you put the fire emoji if things have shifted for you today. If you know that you're not the same person that started off, that came and joined us tonight, let me see you put a fire emoji in the comment section. It's been a breathtaking almost 2.5 hours now. Thank you very much to our keynote speaker, Mo Oladapo, and of course our other speakers, Daniel Foley and Oge Ikoro. It's just day one. What you've seen is, what I dare say, a tip of the iceberg. Get set, get ready. We're about to turn it up because day 2 tomorrow, we have twice the action for you. We have our morning session, which starts at noon Nigerian time. And here's what you'll expect tomorrow at 12 p.m. Nigerian time. We have Coach BSO, that's what she loves to call herself, Bukola Shion Olorun Suga, and of course, JT Oshoke. Now, you see, our morning session is specially created to focus on stepping up in your career. So if you know that you want to get the next level, you want to climb the career ladder, possibly even have double, triple promotion this year, right? You do not want to miss our first session tomorrow. So 12 p.m. on the dot, get set, get ready. In fact, I'll say to you, subscribe right now to Jimmy Tewe's YouTube page and turn on the notification button so that once we go live, you would get a notification and you won't miss any part of the fun. So aside our 2 speakers, we also have a panel session that will be moderated by yours truly tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be hot, sizzling hot. Like I said, it's twice the fun tomorrow. So in the evening as well, we are coming back hot. So after we've had it with our career talk, knowing how we will step up and level up in our career, in the evening, we are then going to crown it off by talking about money. See, if you like money as much as I do, and you want to make it legitimately so you can live the baby girl life, you do not want to miss our session tomorrow evening, right? We have the abundance queen, that's Oludayo Adeni. She's going to be speaking to us tomorrow evening. We also have Ayobami Oyewole tomorrow evening, speaking to us about our finances and how to step up in that very important area of our lives. So you don't want to miss anything tomorrow. If you haven't already shared the links to your friends, I should ask what's up, So please ensure you share the links to your friends, your family, everybody around you must register. www.stepupconference.xyz. Now, as these gems have been hitting you, please hit the streets of social media as well. Everyone must hear about what's happening here. It's absolutely free. There's no reason they must not be a part of it. So as you share the gems on social media, please use our hashtag StepUpConference2022 and be sure to also follow us on Instagram at jt.psmp. Once again on Instagram, that's jt.psmp. Of course, once you register, you get to join the Telegram group where all the hot stuff is really. You get the deets first-hand info. If you're not on the Telegram group, I'm sure someone will post the link. But once you register, you will definitely get in there. So guys, see you tomorrow. It's going to be blazing hot. And I cannot wait to see you. And I can't wait to step up and level up with you in the year 2022.
All right. Thank you so much, Dami, for that. Thank you so much, Dami, for that. Yes, guys, we come to the end of day one of the Step Up Conference 2022. I'd like to thank once again, thank you, Dami, for that. I also want to thank personally to all the speakers, to everyone that has contributed to making today a success. I also want to thank you, or I especially want to thank you. You have spent your most precious asset with us, which is your time. You have stayed here diligently, being here with us from the very beginning up until this time. And I celebrate you for that. Like you know, you are the light of this world. You are the salt of this earth. We come your way tomorrow, 12 noon. Come away tomorrow, 12 noon. Don't forget, we have double dose, a morning session and an evening session. I remain your host for today, your very boy, Fire Emeka Ebeniro. I'm proud to bring to you Step Up Conference Day 1. Tomorrow, you're going to have other people that will be hosting the show and also bringing to you other amazing speakers. Finally, I want to thank Jimmy Tewe. Like we all know, without a vision, the people would perish. What would the people be? And without the people, the vision will die. We will not be here today if not for the vision of Jimmy Tewe, the gentleman, the amazing coach and mentor that decided that, you know what, it is time for us to raise the next voices, the people that will take over the baton and speak and help other people be all they can be. Thank you once again, twice and a million times for spending your time with us. We will see you tomorrow. Until that note, I see you tomorrow. Don't forget, make sure you check your emails. Join our Telegram group so that you don't miss out on anything. Follow Jimmy Tewe on YouTube at Jimmy Tewe. Click that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on post notification so you don't miss out on anything. And if for any reason you are not part of this broadcast from the very beginning, or you are watching the replay, what I advise you is this program or this conference is more than a masterclass, is even a diploma. You need to put down your pens and paper, write down every nugget that you've gotten and act on it. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.
Get ready to step up and level up in 2022. Step Up Conference 2022 gain strategies for exponential growth in life, business, and career.